This year is different. On July 4th, 2026, America turns 250 years old. The next time this milestone comes around is the year 2276, which means none of us and none of our grandchildren will ever see it again. This is genuinely a once-in-a-lifetime year to celebrate. So this year, a lot of people are putting a little more thought into their front porch than usual. Not a big budget, not a complicated project, just 3 simple things that make a house look like it is actually celebrating something, instead of just having a flag taped to the mailbox. Today, I am showing you 3 of those ideas. Every one is something you can finish this weekend with supplies from Walmart, Dollar Tree, or things already sitting in your craft drawer. And every one is designed to look intentional, not thrown together. And I will say this up front. Wait until you see the 3rd idea. It is the one that gets the most compliments from neighbors every single year. I am saving it for last for a reason. A quick honest note before we start. The prices I mention are roughly what these supplies run as of right now, but costs do shift a little depending on where you live and what is on sale that week, so treat them as a general guide rather than an exact number. By the time you have gathered your materials, you will have a clear sense of your own total. Let us get into it. Number 1, the porch railing bunting. If you only do one of these 3 things, this is the one that changes the most from the street. Bunting is that scalloped fabric draped along a railing or doorway, and it covers a large visual area for very little material or effort. From 50 feet away, it says this house is celebrating before anyone even reads a single sign. What you need: red, white, and blue fabric. This can be fat quarters from a craft store, about $1 each, old t-shirts you don't wear anymore, bandanas cut into triangles, or even thick scrapbook paper if fabric is not something you want to deal with. A length of cotton string or ribbon to string the triangles onto, about $3 to $5 for enough to cover a porch railing, scissors and a needle and thread, or a hot glue gun if you'd rather not sew. Here's how to build it. Step 1. Cut your fabric into triangles roughly 6 inches wide at the top and 8 inches tall. A paper template makes this faster if you are cutting more than a few. Step 2. Fold the top edge of each triangle over your string or ribbon by about 1 inch. Then either stitch it in place with a quick running stitch or use your hot glue gun to seal the fold shut around the string. The glue gun version takes about half the time if sewing is not your thing. Step 3. Alternate your colors as you go. Red, white, blue, repeating, spacing each triangle about 1 inch apart along the string. Step 4. Once your full strand is assembled, drape it along your porch railing, letting it dip gently between each post, rather than pulling it perfectly straight. That slight sag is actually what makes it look intentional rather than stretched. Step 5. Tie or tack your ends securely to your railing posts so it doesn't slide or blow loose in the wind. If you'd rather not sew or glue triangles one at a time, a pre-made fabric bunting strand from Walmart or Dollar Tree works just as well and usually runs about $8 to $12 for a full length, a perfectly good substitute if you're short on time this week. Outdoors, a cotton bunting made this way typically holds up through 2 to 3 weeks of sun and light rain without fading or coming apart. After the holiday, fold it in a gallon zip bag and it comes back out next year looking the same. Estimated cost: roughly $5 to $15 depending on whether you make it from scratch or buy a pre-made strand. Build time: about 30 minutes. The next project costs less than a pizza, but from the sidewalk, it looks something straight out of a magazine. And if you have mason jars sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, and most of us do, you already have the hardest part. Number 2. The painted mason jar flower vases. This is the project that tends to surprise people the most because it takes something that's already sitting in most kitchen cabinets and turns it into the centerpiece of a porch table or entryway. What you need: 3 mason jars, any size. Wide-mouth quart jars work especially well, but pint jars are just as good for a smaller arrangement. Acrylic craft paint in red, white, and navy blue, about $2 to $3 per bottle. A paintbrush and painter's tape if you want the white star detail on the blue jar, wildflowers or any mix of red, white, and blue blooms, daisies, carnations, and coneflowers all work well and are usually available at any grocery store floral section. A few small mini American flags on sticks, the kind sold in packs at Walmart or Dollar Tree for a few dollars. Here's how to build it. Step 1. Wash and dry your jars completely so the paint adheres evenly. Step 2. Paint 1 jar solid red, 1 jar solid white, and 1 jar solid navy blue, using 2 thin coats and letting each dry fully between coats. Thin coats matter here. A single thick coat tends to drip and look uneven once dry. Step 3. If you want the star pattern on the blue jar, apply small star-shaped stickers or painter's tape stars to the jar before painting, then peel them away once the paint is dry to reveal clean white stars underneath. Step 4. Once everything is fully dry, fill each jar about halfway with water. Step 5. Arrange your flowers in each jar, mixing the colors across all 3, rather than keeping them separated. Then tuck a 1 or 2 mini American flags among the stems in each jar. Step 6. Line the 3 jars up along a porch railing, an entry table, or a windowsill with a little space between each one. If you don't have time to paint, wrapping plain jars in red, white, and blue ribbon or twine creates a similar layered look in a fraction of the time and costs about the same. Estimated cost, roughly $10 to $20 depending on flower choice. Build time, about 20 minutes, plus drying time for the paint. And now, the third one, the one I mentioned at the beginning, the one that people walking past your house actually stop and comment on. This one greets every single person who walks up to your door, which means it does more work than any other decoration you could put outside. Number 3, the Patriotic door wreath. What you need. A plain wreath base, grapevine, foam, or wire all work, about $5 to $8 at any craft store. Red, white, and blue ribbon, about $2 to $3 per roll, and a few small artificial flags or star picks available at Dollar Tree for $1 or $2. A hot glue gun and a length of wire or ribbon for hanging. Here's how to build it. Step 1. Wrap your wreath base completely in one of your ribbon colors, securing the start and end with a small dab of hot glue so it does not unravel. Step 2. Cut your remaining ribbon into shorter lengths and tie them into simple loops or small bows, then glue them around the wreath base in a pattern that alternates your colors. Step 3. Tuck your mini flags or star picks into the wreath at a few points, securing each one with a small drop of hot glue at the base of the stick so it stays put in wind. Step 4. Gather extra ribbon into one larger bow and glue it to the bottom or side of the wreath as a focal point. Step 5. Attach a loop of wire or ribbon to the back of the wreath base and hang it on your front door using an over-the-door hook or a wreath hanger. If a full ribbon-wrapped base feels like more than you want to tackle, a simple Dollar Tree Patriotic wreath kit gives you nearly the same finished look using pre-cut materials, and several people online have put one together for under $10 total. Estimated cost, roughly $15 to $25, depending on the wreath base you start with. Build time, about 30 minutes. 3 projects. A porch that announces itself from the sidewalk, flowers that turn an ordinary windowsill into something worth a second look, and a door that welcomes every single guest with a little color and care. This year carries a little more weight than most. 250 years does not come around twice in a lifetime. Whatever you end up building this weekend, even something small, becomes part of how your street looked the year the whole country turned to look back and ahead together. And if you are watching this before July 4th, 2026, let me be one of the first to wish you and your family a very happy Independence Day and a wonderful celebration of America's 250th year. It's a big one. If this helped you, subscribe. I share ideas exactly like this every week. And before you go, I have one question for you. How are you celebrating America's 250th birthday this year? A backyard barbecue, fireworks, a family gathering, or something else entirely? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one and I would genuinely love to know. I'll see you in the next one.